member for York South Weston.
Thank you, Speaker. My question is to the Premier. Small businesses have struggled during the pandemic, and I have heard many of those in my community of York South Weston. Many have complained about the Ontario Small Business Support Grant program and the many difficulties navigating that program. Hu Jong, owner of Shell's Nils and Spa, was forced to close due to the COVID restrictions, and despite applying for the grant, neither approval nor denied was received. What is the government doing to address a grant program identified by the Auditor General, Bonilewska, as a problematic situation here? Thank you.
The Associate Minister of Small Business and Red Tape Reduction.
Thank you, Speaker. And I want to thank the member opposite for his question. Speaker, our government recognised that small businesses impacted by public health measures required immediate support so they could continue serving their communities and employing people across our province. And our goal was to get money to these businesses quickly, because we knew these employers were affected by these strengthened public health measures. Through the Ontario COVID-19 Small Business Relief Grant, we're providing an additional $10,000 for eligible businesses. Speaker, this builds on the nearly $3 billion that we provided last year through the Ontario Small Business Support Grant to over 110,000 businesses right across our province. Speaker, this is an extraordinary, historic level of support that went out to all of our small businesses, and I have more to say in the supplementary. Thank you.
The supplementary question.
Thank you. Back to the Premier. Here, this is a letter I wrote to the Minister of the Economic Development, Jobs and Trade, and we have no answer yet. And my constituent, Hu Noon Jong, took malicious notes of her interactions with the ministry, and failure by the minister to respond in time or at all is unacceptable. When we know that the government awarded $210 million to ineligible recipients, how is it that Hu Noon Jong, whom did everything right, could not even get a resolution to her application? I'm calling on the government to review her case to determine what went wrong, and will the minister also respond to my letter addressing this case? As a new round of business support come online, we need to ensure this mismanagement does not occur again, Mr. Speaker.
The Associate Minister.
Thank you, Speaker, and once again thank you to the member opposite for the question. Mr. Speaker, I think it was just critical that our government, as soon as possible, got the funding out to the eligible businesses that applied. Through public health measures, we had to close down a number of businesses, including gyms, restaurants for indoor dining, and we wanted to make sure those who received the second round of grants previously, we just sent them a very quick email where they were able to respond that they were still in business and that they were under 100 employees. And the turnaround time, Speaker, to get that $10,000 to them was just a few days. This is historic for any government, the previous, to be able to get money into the hands of those businesses who desperately needed them. But not only that, we allowed the business to use those funds as they saw best. This is their business. They knew where they needed that money, whether it was to pay for rent, for taxes, or anything else. And we've responded in many other ways. Property tax relief, many other areas of relief for them. For example, for PPE, we gave them $1,000 for PPE.
Thank you. Thank you very much.